Hey YouTube, this is Thinking of Pi, and today I'll be showing you how to control a 7-segment LED using a shift register. Now the 7-segment LED display works very similarly to the LED bar graph that we looked at last time. It's really just a different way of displaying the information. So let's take a look at the circuit and I'll break down how it's set up. So you'll notice that our setup here is very similar to the last one with the LED bar graph. We have our shift register here and we've got our 7-segment display over here. Now the LED display, the 7-segment display, is basically a matrix of 8 different LEDs. This configuration is called a common anode setup, and that will allow us to use fewer bits of data to control what comes up on the display. Basically, with this configuration, we're going to tell it which segments we want off rather than which segments we want on. This lets us use fewer bits of data to control it. So if we wanted to display a 0, we would just have to tell it to turn off segment G, and that turns off the line across the middle and it displays a G. All of the other segments are turned on. Let's head over to the computer, we'll take a look at the code, and I'll show you how it works. So you'll notice that the code looks very similar to how it looked last time with the bar graph, but we do have this array right here which corresponds to each numbers that we'll be displaying. Now these are actually bytes of data, they're 8 bits, and I'm just going to break down the first one here, the 0xC0. That's going to correspond to a 0 on the 7-segment display. In binary, that translates to 11000000, and that's going to tell it to turn off those 2 LEDs so that the other ones are on, thus displaying a 0. So what this is going to do is it's going to display the characters 0 through F sequentially just through this array in the numbers. We've got our setup and our shift out function right here. I'm not going to get into detail as to how that works. Check out the video on the LED bar graph if you want to see more about how shift registers work. Down here, we're just going to be shifting that data in, clocking it and latching it. We're going to go right through the list and display each of the numbers. So let's go ahead and run this and we'll see if it works. And there it goes. It's just going to cycle through. We got the letters and everything's working the way it should. That's all I've got for today. Next week, I will be talking about we're going to be adding more digits to this with a 4-digit 7-segment display. Make sure you check that out next week. And if you'd like to subscribe, you'll make sure that you never miss one of these videos. And I'd love to read your comments below. Make sure you give the videos a thumb up, and I will talk to you all next week. Thanks.